If your knees feel stiff, your balance is off. Or you wake up feeling more tired than rested. It might not be your age. It might be your vegetables. Sounds crazy, right? But some of the veggies we've been told are healthy for decades could actually be triggering inflammation, draining your energy, and making your legs and brain feel older than they really are. Here's why. After 60, your body doesn't process food the same way it used to. Circulation slows, inflammation creeps in, and certain vegetables, even the ones that used to be good for you, start working against your body instead of for it. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't about cutting out veggies altogether. It's about getting smarter, knowing which ones still support your body at this stage of life, and which ones it's time to leave behind. Because what worked in your 30s or 40s, it may not be helping you now. Today, I'll walk you through 3 vegetables that may be secretly making things worse, especially if you deal with joint pain, brain fog, or balance issues. And then, I'll share 3 powerful alternatives that can actually help you feel stronger, steadier, and more energized starting today. If you're over 60, I'd love to know, what vegetable do you eat the most? Drop it in the comments, and I'll let you know whether it's helping or hurting. And of course, hit that subscribe button for more tips from Vital 365, where we help you stay strong, sharp, and independent every single day. All right, let's dive in. We'll start with a vegetable that shows up on nearly every dinner plate: white potatoes. Mashed, baked, fried. They're warm, comforting, and often tied to childhood memories or Sunday dinners. But after 60, they might not be comforting your body the way you think. White potatoes have a high glycemic index, which means your body breaks them down into sugar very quickly. That rapid sugar spike and the crash that follows, it doesn't just zap your energy. It quietly stresses your blood vessels and fuels low-grade inflammation. And over time, that inflammation damages your body's smallest blood vessels, especially in your legs, feet, and brain, the areas already most vulnerable as we age. You might not notice it at first, but one day you wake up with stiff knees. Your feet feel cold or tingly. You start to feel unsteady on stairs or curbs. And you think, I guess this is just aging. But it's not just age, it could be the potatoes on your plate. And here's the other issue. White potatoes are low in antioxidants, the compounds that protect your cells from damage. That pale color? It's a sign they're not bringing much to the table in terms of cellular protection. And if you top them with butter, sour cream, bacon, or cheese, now you're adding saturated fat and sodium, which puts even more pressure on your arteries and your heart. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up comfort food. There's a better swap coming, one that actually helps reduce inflammation, boost circulation, and support your joints. And one man who made the switch saw a huge difference in just 2 weeks. But before we get to the solutions, let's keep going with another veggie that often flies under the radar: eggplant. It looks healthy. It roasts beautifully. It's popular in Mediterranean dishes, so it must be good, right? Well, not always. Eggplant belongs to a group of veggies called nightshades, along with tomatoes, bell peppers, and yes, white potatoes. These plants contain a natural chemical called solanine, which protects the plant from bugs. But in your body, it can slowly irritate joints, nerves, and blood vessels. The effect is subtle at first. Maybe your knees feel tight in the morning. Maybe your legs feel heavy. Maybe stairs start to feel harder, and your balance seems off. It's not that your muscles are getting weaker. It's that your nerves aren't firing as quickly as they used to. Solanine can interfere with the signals your brain sends to your legs. And that delay? It can make your steps feel clumsy, unstable, or just slower. And when your body doesn't cooperate, your confidence takes a hit. You may start skipping walks or turning down outings because you just don't feel steady. What makes it tricky is eggplant hides in all kinds of meals: grilled, baked, stewed, tossed in sauces. So you might be eating it regularly without even knowing it's part of the problem. Now, does every senior need to avoid nightshades? Not necessarily. But if you're dealing with joint pain, nerve discomfort, or balance issues, try this. Cut out eggplant for just 2-3 weeks. Pay attention. Are your joints less stiff? Is your energy better? Is your balance improving? If so, you may have found one of your triggers. All right, next up is a veggie that seems healthy, but could be quietly messing with your digestion, joints, and even brain clarity. Let's talk about green bell peppers. Green bell peppers, they're colorful, crunchy, and show up in everything from stir-fries to sandwiches. They're affordable. They're low in calories. They're easy to cook. But for many adults over 60, green bell peppers might not be doing you any favors. Here's why. Green peppers, like eggplant, belong to that same nightshade family. But the bigger issue isn't solanine this time. It's lectins, plant-based proteins that act as a defense mechanism for the plant. In nature, they help the plant survive. In your gut, they can do the opposite. Lectins can irritate the lining of your digestive tract, especially as we get older, and digestion naturally slows down. They can interfere with nutrient absorption, cause low-grade inflammation in the gut, and even allow tiny food particles to leak into your bloodstream, a condition called leaky gut. And once that happens, the inflammation doesn't stay in your gut. It spreads. That means you might feel joint stiffness, muscle aches, fatigue, or even brain fog, all coming from something that started in your belly. And what makes green bell peppers especially tricky is this. They're just the unripe version of red, orange, or yellow peppers. And unripe peppers contain more lectins and fewer antioxidants than their fully ripened versions. So while they look healthy, they may actually be offering less protection and causing more stress to your body. Now, don't panic. If you love green peppers, this doesn't mean you can never eat them again. But if you've been dealing with joint pain, bloating, or mental fog, try this. Cut out green bell peppers for 2 to 3 weeks. Then reintroduce red or yellow peppers instead. They're naturally sweeter, have more vitamin C and beta-carotene, and are less likely to irritate your gut. Sometimes, the smallest swap can create the biggest change in how you feel. In your knees, your brain, even your mood. So, we've talked about the 3 vegetables you may want to avoid after 60. White potatoes, eggplant, and green bell peppers. But now it's time for the good news. Let's move into the power vegetables, the ones that can help you feel stronger, more balanced, and more energized. And we're starting with one that's probably already in your fridge. Carrots. Yep, carrots. Bright orange, sweet, crunchy, they may seem like just a basic veggie. But for seniors, they're actually one of the best foods you can eat. Why? Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, and vitamin A is critical for vision, especially night vision and low-light clarity. That matters more than most people realize. Because after 60, our eyes naturally begin to decline. You might notice it. Reading feels harder. Street signs get blurrier. Night driving becomes stressful. But with consistent vitamin A from foods like carrots, you can help slow that decline and support sharper vision well into your 70s and beyond. And it doesn't stop at eyesight. Carrots are also loaded with antioxidants that protect your nerves and blood vessels, especially in your legs and feet, where circulation often slows with age. That means better nerve signals, quicker reflexes, and more stable movement. For anyone who's ever felt unsure on their feet or a little wobbly getting up, this is a big deal. Vitamin A also gives your immune system a boost, which is especially important as our natural defenses start to slow down. And here's the best part. Carrots are easy. You can steam them, roast them, slice them into soup or salad, even blend them into a smoothie. Just one serving a day can help fuel better balance, clearer vision, and steadier energy. Up next is another veggie that's not flashy, but might be one of the most powerful choices for seniors. Broccoli. Let's talk broccoli. It's not flashy, but seriously, if you're over 60, it's one of the best veggies you can eat. It's packed with sulforaphane, a compound that acts like a master switch for your body's anti-inflammatory and detox processes. Why that matters? As we age, chronic inflammation becomes a silent problem leading to joint pain, brain fog, fatigue, even balance issues. Sulforaphane helps stop inflammation before it starts, supporting your joints, brain, and muscles. Broccoli also delivers key nutrients vitamin K, calcium, fiber, folate that help keep your bones strong, your arteries flexible, digestion smooth, and your mind clear. That combination is serious support for aging bodies. Real people feel it. One 72-year-old I mentioned earlier swapped mashed potatoes for steamed broccoli just a few nights a week, and within 2 weeks he said, "I don't dread the stairs anymore." That's the kind of shift a simple veggie can spark. Heat matters too. Lightly steam or sauté broccoli with olive oil to preserve its healing compounds. Too much boiling drains the good stuff. Just a modest serving a few times weekly can support blood sugar, circulation, and energy naturally. Next up, we're moving into the leafy greens. Spinach. This soft green may seem ordinary, but for seniors, it's a powerhouse. Why? It's loaded with plant-based nitrates that convert to nitric oxide in your body, a molecule that relaxes and widens your blood vessels. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reach your legs, heart, and brain. That translates into quicker reflexes, smoother movement, sharper thinking. Falls often happen not because muscles are weak, but because nerve signals slow down. Spinach can help fix that communication gap. It's also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, key antioxidants that protect your eyes, especially the macula. That keeps your vision clear, your reading sharp, and your driving safer. Spinach also offers folate, magnesium, and vitamin K, which support mood, energy, bone strength, and nerve function, all essential as we age. How to eat it? Lightly sauté in olive oil, stir into smoothies, or enjoy raw in salads. A small handful each day can help sharpen your legs, brain, and spirit. So here's the big picture. Instead of wondering if it's aging making you feel stiff, slow, or foggy, know that your plate matters, especially after 60. Avoid hidden triggers like white potatoes, eggplant, and green bell peppers, and lean into foods that actively support your body: carrots, broccoli, spinach. These aren't just healthy choices, they're powerful tools for balance, clarity, energy, and independence. Each meal is a chance to choose how you show up stronger, steadier, sharper. Now tell me which one surprised you most today. Drop it in the comments, I'm always reading. And don't forget to click subscribe to Vital 365 so you don't miss another simple step toward feeling your best. Because your body is still listening, and with every wise choice, you're telling it, I still care.